How's it going tonight, guys? Welcome to another episode of Friday Motivation. Guys, I am stoked for tonight's episode because it goes hand in hand with last week's episode. I don't know if you guys got to see that one or not, but if you did, it was amazing talking about the difference between a lion and a gazelle, being a lion in your life, in your goals and your ambitions. And if you haven't, I suggest going back and watching it because you want to watch that in order to really understand this next piece. This next piece is great, but I think it's even better whenever you tie the two in together, guys. And really last week when I was talking about the lion and the gazelle, when I was talking about the importance of being a lion, I explained that a gazelle, that the reason you don't want to be a gazelle, the reason that you don't want to live your life the way a gazelle lives its life and go after your goals the way a gazelle lives is because a gazelle allows itself to be dictated by fear. They allow fear to dictate all of the choices they make. When a gazelle runs, it's running to get away from the lion, to get away from the fear of death. Okay? And as soon as it gets just far enough away, as soon as that fear is gone, it stops. It has no reason to keep going. It has no reason to keep pushing forward. All right? And so I want to talk to you guys now. With a lion does it because it's who they are. It's who they're motivated to be. They do it because they know that they've got more to accomplish. They have a pride to feed. They have so much that's riding on their shoulders that they are beasts. They're lions in themselves. That's who they are. Their values. Okay, guys? And so I really want to dive into everything tonight, okay? And since we've already decided that we want to be a lion, since we've already decided that that's the direction, we want to allow our life to be dictated by our choices, by our decisions, by who we are, and not be dictated by fear, okay? Because we've already made that decision, guys, tonight is easy. Just like the title of the video, stop competing. Stop competing. I want you to dominate. I want you to totally dominate. And you might be sitting there thinking to yourself, Jonathan, that's kind of strange. Like I thought competition was good. I thought you should be competing. I thought you should always be looking for ways to be in a competition, even if it's with yourself. And yes, I understand that point of view, and I'm not saying no, that we shouldn't be looking for competition, especially within ourselves, trying to better ourselves. But there is a difference between competition and competing. Okay? There's a huge difference. And when it comes to coming to chasing your goals, you do not want to compete. Because when you compete, the moment you decide I'm competing, you've just doomed yourself to 4 quarters of play. You've just doomed yourself to having to play to the very last second, guys. Okay, the first time I ever heard this concept, the first time it was ever introduced to me, the gentleman was talking about the importance. He was talking about a game, referencing the game, and he said, you got to think about, and I don't remember the facts of the game or anything, but essentially there was 2 teams playing. Okay, 2 teams playing. One team went up early on in the game. They went up early on. And so everybody was excited. The team was fired up. They were excited, but they pulled back after that. They pulled back on the reins. They didn't keep going after their goal. They didn't keep going after it. They, just like the gazelles, okay? Stay with me. Just like the gazelles, they said, oh, danger's far enough away, we're pulling back. We don't need to run as hard. It wasn't like the lion chasing its goal down. No, they said, oh, we're not being pushed as hard now because we're ahead. And guess what? By the end of the game, the last couple minutes of the game, they were on edge because they were almost about to lose. They were sitting there working their tails off because they didn't dominate. They came out, the teams come out after the half, and the other team says, hey, we've still got a fighting chance because they haven't put us away. They haven't dominated this whole time. So we have the chance to come back. We have the chance to overcome and persevere and win this. And guys, Is that how you want to live your life? Is that how you want to chase your goals? When you're chasing your goal, when you're going after it, if you're in business for yourself, when you're going after a goal for yourself and you're saying, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it, but then you choose not to dominate, you start gaining a little bit of ground and all of a sudden you pull back. You say in 6 months I'm going to be making $4,000. Well, all of a sudden 2 months goes in, you're making $2,000 and you say, ha ha, I got it in the bag. 2 months, $2,000. Guess what? 2 more months I should be up to my 4. I can slow down a little, pace myself. It doesn't work like that, because then all of a sudden you get to month 4, month 5, you're sitting there in month 5 and you've only gone up to $2,500. You just pulled back on your success, and because of that, you have to work twice as hard all the way up until the very final day just to hit your goal. Just to hit it, not to exceed it, not to blow it out of the water, just to hit it, because you decided to pull back, because you decided domination wasn't important. It's all about just making it to my goal. I want you to think about your life for a moment. I want you to think about where you've been at, the things that you've tried to do in the past, the things that you're trying to do now. Can you see that in your life? Can you see anywhere where you may have set a goal in the past, and whenever you were chasing that goal, whenever you were going after it, that you got partly there and you said, oh, I can pull back a little. Maybe it was at work. Maybe it's with your family. Okay? A lot of times, I see this a lot of times with spouses and with partners in general. They get together and at first it's called the honeymoon stage. It's all about, I've got to be great for my spouse. I've got to be great for them. I've got to show them how amazing I can be. For a guy, it's like, I got to hold the door. I got to let him into the car. I got to hug him. I got to kiss him. I got to tell him how much I love him. Get him gifts, get him flowers, chocolates, all these different things. Let's talk to him, have deep, meaningful conversations. And all of a sudden, like 6 months, a year, 2 years in, all of a sudden, it's gone. And the other partner is sitting there like, well, this is kind of strange. Like, we used to talk all the time. You used to do all these nice things for me. You used to take care of me. We used to be like together. And now it feels like we don't do that anymore. Because in the beginning, it's all about dominating, okay? And I use that in a goal sense, okay? It's all about dominating, being like, I'm the greatest guy. I'm the greatest. I'm going to take care of you the best. I'm going to do everything for you. I'm going to make you happy. I'm going to show you the most love. I'm going to show you the amazing life that you've always dreamed of. I'm going to show you that I can be that person. And all of a sudden we start inching along in that, and we say, oh, I got him locked in. You know, oh, we're married now. Don't got to worry about it. Oh, we're dating for 6 months solid now. I can pull back a little. I don't have to worry about it as much. We're locked in together. And all of a sudden, you get a couple years down the road, and you've drifted apart. You've come up and you've lost that game, essentially, because you decided to pull back on your ability. You've decided to hold back on your potential because you said you're already doing great. Why keep trying so hard? Guys, I got a couple of names here. I wrote them down because I was thinking about people that dominate. I was thinking about companies that dominate. Just some examples for you to be able to really understand and get a grasp on this situation. Get a grasp on this ideal. Okay? So the names, and I want you to think. These are names, and I want you to think. Maybe you've heard them, maybe you haven't. Okay? Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, Michael Phelps, Apple, Starbucks. All right? And that's just a short list. Let me think about it. Have you guys ever heard any of those names? I'm willing to bet that the majority of people have heard those names. Why have you heard of Michael Jordan? You might not watch basketball. You might not care about basketball. Maybe it's not your thing. Maybe sports aren't your thing. But you know about Michael Jordan. What about Tom Brady? Arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks in the NFL at this moment. Okay? And I've heard some people argue that he's ranked among the top of the greats as far as all time. Have you heard of him? Probably. Apple, people line up for a day or 2 or 3 in advance to go get their products when they release a new product. Oprah, everybody's heard of Oprah. Everybody has seen Oprah on TV at one time or another. Okay, Starbucks, we probably all either drank from a Starbucks or we know somebody immediate, a family member, close friend, been with them while they have the cup in their hand. We all know those companies. We all know those people. Guys, the reason that we know them is because they dominate in their space. They dominate in their lane. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players ever. He dominated when he was there. Tom Brady, dominating when he's on the field. Oprah Winfrey, she dominates on TV. Apple, Starbucks, guys, they dominate in their lane. They know their role. They know what they're doing, and they do it phenomenally each and every single day. They don't hold back. Apple doesn't sit there, get to the top and say, well, we make a lot of money. We don't need to work so hard now. We'll come out with an iPhone every couple of years. We'll stop coming out with new products. We'll stop innovating. We'll stop doing great things. No, Apple says, great, we're on top. Let's go ahead and get further and further on top. Starbucks doesn't open less stores because they're making lots of money up at, the CEO and the owners and all of them. They don't open less stores because they're doing so good. They say, great, we're doing amazing. Let's expand. Let's do more. Do you guys understand that concept? They don't hold back. They dominate in their lane. And because of that, they've seen success that few others can even potentially match. Right? Let's compare that to other. You name a player on any NBA team, any NFL team. Okay, you can go. There's starters on each of those teams that people don't even know the names to. You guys want to know, before I even made this, when I made that list, that was from my mind. I don't watch football right now. I haven't watched sports in a few years, several years actually. I've just been doing a lot of things. I know Tom Brady. I know Michael Jordan. Never watched an entire NBA game in my life. Probably haven't even watched an entire quarter altogether in my life. I still know Michael Jordan. I still know LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, who's now retired. I know those people, guys. And why do I know them? Because they dominated. I just now, a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, for the first time ever, got my first Apple product. But guess what? I knew about them years ago, back when I was in school. Starbucks, I've known about them forever. Do you guys understand? Like that, I didn't drink Starbucks up until a couple of years ago, but I knew about them way before. I didn't have Apple up until just a month ago. I knew about them way before. I don't watch sports, but I knew about them. That is called domination. When people who shouldn't necessarily know you, know you. When goals that shouldn't be accomplished, because it's not logically possible, it's not fathomable by the average-minded person. They get accomplished by you, because that's where you're at. You're a lion. You go after it. You see the gazelle. You see your goal. You go after it 100%. Full speed. You don't let anything hold you back. Because you know within yourself what you're meant to do. You know within yourself when you step out on the game field, when you step out onto your business, when you step out into your family, when you step out with your partner, you know within yourself who you are meant to be, and you go after it 120% day in and day out. That's domination. When you do that, doors start to open up. In the business world, all of a sudden deals start to go through. All of a sudden people are calling you up, asking for product, asking to work with you, asking for if there's any way that they can help promote you, help work with you. In the family world, all of a sudden your family starts working together. You start seeing your kids do things. Oh my gosh, little Timmy just picked up his sister after she fell. I've never seen that happen. He would always laugh at her, and now he's picking her up, brushing her off, saying, hey, are you okay? All of a sudden with your spouse, you might have issues. Okay, you might say, oh my gosh, I wish my spouse would just do more laundry. I wish they would clean more. I wish they would tell me they loved me more. I wish they would fill in the blank. You might be sitting there telling yourself that, but you keep working hard at it each and every day. All of a sudden you come home from work one day, spotless, clean, and you're like, whoa, what happened? You're having a rough day, you come home, and you're just sitting there really just sulking, upset about something that happened at work. All of a sudden your spouse comes by, the one who never said, I love you that much. They come down, they put their arm around you, they say, hey, I love you. I hope you know that you're amazing in my eyes. I hope you know that I care about you, no matter what. Things start to happen. Magic starts to happen when you get yourself out of this frame of mind that I'm just going to compete, that I'm just going to stick with the game step by step, little bit by little bit, and just win by endurance. It changes when you change that mindset to, I'm going to dominate my goal. If I want to hit an income goal in business by this time, I'm going to hit that. And if I'm ahead of schedule, great, I'm going to set a bigger goal. Whenever you go to your spouse and you treat them right, it changes everything, guys. Whenever you can put yourself in the right frame of mind. I challenge you to look at your life, objectively and just say, where can I improve? Where have I set goals and played small? Where have I set goals and just been the gazelle? I haven't played to my full ability. I haven't stepped out, been the best that I could be. I want you to examine your life like that. And when you find somewhere, I don't care where it is for you. Wherever it is for you though, make that decision that you're going to change that today. It's no longer just about competing. It's no longer just about being okay, just being with the game. It's no longer about being on the field. Now, it's all about domination. It's all about being the greatest business owner, being the greatest partner, being the greatest spouse, being the greatest student, being the greatest child, being the greatest whatever role you're in. And I know that as you guys go and do that, your life is going to change. It will transform in front of you. You will start to see things happen that you never dreamed imaginable. Guys, I promise you that. I promise you, life will become extraordinary. I challenge you to go out there and do that. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope you go out and you kick butt. I hope that you dominate in your lane. Have a wonderful night. And remember, always remember that the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just a little extra.